Where do things currently stand with the various federal vaccination mandates for COVID-19? Recall that the Biden administration announced 3 separate mandates for private sector employees. One by OSHA, covering employees of employers with 100 or more employees. There was the CMS mandate for healthcare providers that take Medicare or Medicaid funding, and then the third for employees of certain federal contractors. The short answer is that they are currently all stayed, not going into effect, enjoined by various courts. The OSHA mandate, which was stayed by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, there were a couple dozen lawsuits that were filed. They were all consolidated into one master lawsuit, for lack of a better description, in the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals pursuant to the multi-district lottery. The Sixth Circuit thus far has refused to lift the previous stay, and that was a nationwide stay issued by the Fifth Circuit. The court is currently taking briefs, and those briefs are due to be filed and completed by this Friday, December 10th. The court will presumably then issue a ruling on whether the stay is going to continue or not continue. I think it's fair to say that if I'm handicapping it, I think the stay is going to remain in effect, and then we'll have briefing on the underlying merits of the OSHA emergency temporary standard itself going into the first part of 2022. The other mandates, the CMS mandate for healthcare workers, was stayed by 2 separate federal courts, one in Missouri and one in Louisiana. The Louisiana decision was a national injunction, and an appeal has already been filed in that case. And then the mandate for the employees of federal contractors and subcontractors, a federal judge in Georgia just issued a nationwide injunction against that mandate 2 days ago, this past Tuesday, the 7th of December. And we should presume that an appeal will be filed from that injunction as well. So, 3 mandates, all currently in a holding pattern. This applies to just about all private sector employers. The only ones that are not impacted by these mandates are employers with less than 100 employees that don't have federal contracts or don't operate in the healthcare space. Employers, where do you go from here? The short answer is you are still free to implement a vaccine mandate on your own if you want to. That is still legal. It's still an option. With the surge in cases from the Delta variant, with Omicron looming on the horizon, you may decide that that's what's in your best interest as an employer and for your employees to mandate on your own. You could wait it out to see how these court cases resolve themselves. That's going to take some time. Federal circuit courts still need to weigh in on various issues, on various mandates, and then presumably there will be appeals to the U.S. Supreme Court, and COVID might be over before this litigation is over. And so if you're waiting for guidance from the courts on what to do, you very well may have a long wait. So the ultimate answer is that everything right now, as it has been for the past 21 months, is very much in limbo. Everybody rushed to get policies in place, which I think was the correct thing to do, and I still think was the correct thing to do, in response to all these various federal mandates, and the court stayed them, and now employers' vaccine mandates are very much in flux. If you believe that mandates are the right thing to do, then by all means, mandate for your employees.